case this evening, I'm swayed by the comments of Iranians who have constituted the majority of the views here. So I would just like to understand more explicitly why we sort of pick and choose our issues on international affairs. It's like I say, I see no consistency. And I think that's in itself a problem and needs to be addressed in terms of, why we're doing these types of statements under certain conditions and not under others. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I didn't vote for the resolution in the Gaza conflict because the community was not consensus on that matter. And here, I'm hearing the same thing. Consensus. I'm going to abstain.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Sahar Maliki, and I'm a resident. So I wanted to comment on one of the resolutions that I think was put on the consent table. As an Iranian American, I just wanted to express my disappointment as a voice of Iranian people. I know that they are not for this consent table, this resolution. I think that the reasons that were expressed was financial and peace. I think that Iranian people want to be helped. There were massacre occurred in Iran about 2 months ago, and they look at it as a help from outside. They don't look at this as a war against them. Also, as an American, I think that this may help to peace in the long run. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Carol Morozovic speaking in my individual capacity because I'm not authorized by the Peace and Justice Commission, but I'm unable to reach the author of the item, who is Iranian. Last night, we actually voted on a recommendation on Iran, and I will read that out. Adopt a resolution reaffirming the commitment of the City of Berkeley to international peace, opposing the war in Iran, an unconstitutional war initiated unilaterally by the U.S. President without congressional authorization, and expressing solidarity with the people of Iran and their right to self-determination. I did add the friendly amendment about the unconstitutionality. So we did pass this last night. I am going to add, actually, I was lobbied most of the day to not vote for this, and that council would never pass an item like this. So it's going to be interesting when I share it with the rest of the commission. Thank you. Thank you for doing it.
Speaker is listed as Iran.
Good evening, council members. I stand by Sahar earlier. I want to announce that I'm deeply opposed the Iran resolution item and request that it be pulled from the consent calendar and moved to the action calendar for full public discussion. As an Iranian American who lived under that regime for 27 years and has first degree and second degree family members currently living in Iran, I'm telling you, and on behalf of all Iranian people, this is not peace. This is not war against Iran. Iranian people want this help. This is war against a fascist theocracy that murdered brutally 40,000 people, innocent people, unarmed people. And whoever voted for this, standing by that fascist theocracy, I want you to understand the gravity of this matter. And don't just fall for any propaganda that you see.
Thank you.
Next is speaker is Mohsen Hushmand. Where'd he go? There he is. Mohsen.
Yeah, hi everybody. So I want to confirm the Iran accounts and Sahar speaking regarding the Iran war. It's not the war against Iran. It's a war against the fascist regime, and I oppose those resolutions, and I highly appreciate if I request it will be pulled from the consent calendar and moved to the action calendar for full public discussion. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Marjan Hafezi.
Good evening. Thank you for taking my comment. I also want to oppose this resolution just because living inside the Iran and living the conditions with execution, torture, political prisoners, systematic oppression of women, thousands of young people have been killed. So why are we even suggesting this humanitarian act to stop? If any of us live under those conditions, that is what we would want people to do for us. 90 million people are asking for help. And here, 1,000 miles away from Iran, we sit here and take the authority to speak for those 90 million people. So please, no on this resolution. Thank you.
Thank you.
I am also an Iranian, and I am here to share an Iranian perspective about the current crisis in Iran. I'm deeply opposed to the resolution that was done yesterday about Iran. The people of Iran are in a war with the regime, and that was happening for 47 years. The regime of Iran has maintained a posture of hostility toward Western countries and has supported destabilizing activities and terrorism in the region and beyond. What we are witnessing today is the culmination of a long struggle between the Iranian people and the ruling regime. In the recent events, this situation has developed into a severe humanitarian crisis that requires immediate international attention. We urge observers to set aside partisan political biases and recognize this situation for what it is, a humanitarian crisis that demands serious international concern and response.
Thank you.
As an Iranian, yes.
Thank you. Sorry, your time is up, but thank you for your comment.
Next is Sue Smith.
Hi, I actually have a couple of...
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. I just want to share a perspective that is often missing from discussion, like the resolution being introduced tonight. The regime that rules Iran is not reformable. For more than 4 decades, it has survived by repression, violence, and deception. It doesn't respond to goodwill or appeasement. It responds only to strength. I remain in close contact with family members in Iran. What they are describing is deeply troubling. The regime has evacuated almost all of its bases and is placing missile launchers in heavy populated areas, holding meetings in hospitals, and storing weapons in schools, effectively using civilians as human shields. This is the reality people inside Iran are living with. Many of us have disagreement with the president's domestic policies, but we must be honest about the stakes here. The current confrontation is not simply about geopolitics. It's also about protecting the Iranian people and defending our national security and the security of our allies.
Your comments. I'm sorry, your time is up.
Next is David. David, you should be able to unmute.
Hi, yes. I went to Berkeley and lived in Berkeley, and Berkeley is always known for human rights, from South Africa to Nicaragua and so forth. But I think right now the council is on the wrong side of the history, and people, especially Lunipara's other representative, you got to live under Sharia law to really understand us. 2 months ago, not only they killed 40,000 people, a few years ago, they killed under Women Life Freedom that was all over. They shoot people in their head, in their eyes. They executed people in the hospital. This is a 9/11 moment for us. This is a Bin Laden. Khamenei says, anyone who comes out is going to get shot. Anyone who's arrested is going to get shot. They call them saboteur. And no one in Iran, the 90 million people, they're unarmed. It's like in North Korea. and the internet is blocked. If you want to do something right, say how you can have internet because they're jamming the satellite signal. You're in the wrong side of the history today. And I send you guys ticket to go to Taliban's in Afghanistan or in IRGC to see it, how the Sharia law works. As a woman, as a sister, as a mother.
Thank you very much for your comment. Your time is up.
Next is Megan Nazari.
Thank you, council members. Me too, I would like to roger all my fellow countrymen and women out there. On January 8 and 9, 2026, millions of Iranians took it to the streets, and the regime responded with extreme violence. In less than 48 hours, more than 33,000 protesters were massacred, and 1,000 more were imprisoned and executed. Yet, the Secretary General of the United Nations remained silent and instead congratulated the regime on its anniversary. This is very similar to what you're doing now. Millions of Iranians protesting empty-handed under internet blackouts. They cannot defeat a heavily armed regime alone. Targeted military action is not only a moral responsibility, it's an opportunity to help Iranian people free themselves from a regime that threatens both citizens and global security.
Thank you, Councilman. I agree with my country, Iranian. I think the free and brave of this great land have sacrificed so much that we should try to do the right thing. Iran has been in a war where occupying regime, whereas it pays foreign gunmen to come in with the help of automatic anti-air machine gun mow down a decent citizen and 40,000 plus. It's easy to sit down in the United States comfortably and to be totally disconnected with the emotional effect that is going on. If this does not stop, then God help the Iranian, because there will be massive suicide due to the depression. There's no way this can be tolerated. This issue has been created by superpower because Iran was doing so good. Then it is our jobs to make sure that it ended. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, hi. I will wish everyone there happy Women's Day. It's a great honor that you're all celebrating the Women's Day and you have the freedom. But the same freedom is missing in Iran for the women. If you have seen the, recent Iranian soccer team where they were playing in Australia, they got asylum there because they were scared to death. Once they go back to Iran, they might be persecuted or they might be murdered. So this is a reality, guys. So let's not talk about politics like Democrats or Republicans, right? The important is the regime is fanatic. They have been executing lot of Iranians. It has been there and verified. So you need to understand and balance that. Where are all the Palestinian people? The Iranian are also humans. You need to show the support.
Thank you.
Forget everyone. Thank you for having us tonight. I'm also Iranian American, and I wanted to just make a couple points really quickly. One is that with all the horrific things that has been happening in Iran since December, it's very troubling for the diaspora about to see what the media coverage, lack of media coverage, or if there is media coverage, is completely skewed. The American people are confused. And the other point that I wanted to make is the problems that are happening in Iran, they're not 1,000 miles away. They are very soon, if it's not stopped, they're going to reach here at home. I grew up in Iran, and many like myself, we know what kind of a mind frame and ideology this regime has. And I think everyone in the United States, Republican and Democrat and Independent, this should be a bipartisan goal to eliminate this regime, because their goal and ideology.
Support, no surprise, your emergency item. Wherever anybody thinks about the horrors that are happening to so many people right now. This war is illegal and it is unconstitutional. So no matter what you think, what your politics are, those are the facts. So we must oppose it. We must support our waning democracy. Please know, Iranians are not a monolith. I know people in Iran, I know people here in our community who are highly opposed to the thousands of people who have been murdered and who are suffering right now because of this war, because of the expansion of basically the Gazification of the world. You need to oppose this war.
Alana, thank you. Your time's up.
Next to Jeff.
Thank you. I just clear up some misconceptions about the resolution. It opposes the Trump administration's illegal circumvention of Congress and expresses support for the freedom and sovereignty and self-determination of all people, and including specifically the people of Iran. It does not comment on the current government of Iran, and Trump's attack on our Constitution will do nothing but make the possibility of a democratic Iran more unlikely. I'm grateful to the Iranian members of the community who helped us draft this item. Thanks.
Thank you. Councilmember Humbert.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. And I want to say that listening here tonight to the Iranian Americans who've commented, I have great sympathy for them. And I have no love for the horrific regime in Iran that came to power in 1979. But our resolution does not support that horrific regime. It very clearly and concisely condemns the illegal nature of the war, which was not authorized by the U.S. Congress, which holds the power to declare war. I mean, I think it's as clear as a glass of clear water that Trump is acting unconstitutionally. And that's the nature of the resolution. Support, again, the horrific regime in Iran. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Keith.
Yeah, I'll just say briefly. I'm also going to abstain on the resolution, but I do just want to make it clear that I respect the resolution. I agree with it, frankly. I have a policy that I've stated publicly many times of not voting on things that have to do with international relations. That's just a personal preference, but I wish everyone the best, and I wish for peace in Iran and the Middle East.